All right. We are back. It's been a while, unfortunately. We can never get this thing going right. It's supposed to be a weekly podcast. And
we missed last week?
Yeah.
That's it?
And the week before.
I mean,
it might be a monthly podcast right now at this point. We're trying to get to at least a bi-weekly or weekly.
At least when cash and our checks start coming in, then you'd be a little more frequent.
I like the way you're thinking.
Exactly.
I like the way you're thinking. You can in fact donate to the podcast if you would like. But we're here, short in person. We have Handsome Shrek.
Hello.
We have Blockhead Blake over there.
that's good. I like that.
You like that, Blockhead? We have Nana, because he still hasn't come up with a cool name. I guess he says his name is already...
My name is already cool.
It's already
Google
cool.
Nana, you see what that means. Google Nana right now.
Nobody's going to Google it. Why don't you just tell us what it means? Or you want us to be special? We'll ask Siri. Don't worry. We have Nature Boy. Woo! In the house. And of course, String Bean.
Yes,
always a pleasure. He is in fact Googling as we speak to see exactly what Nana means, because
it means full of shit.
Oh,
No!
damn. These guys have some sort of a rivalry or something.
I don't know, man.
Football versus football
Yeah, football.
is going on in here.
That's not today's topic. Oh, is it?
It can be.
No.
What do you mean? What is today's topic? Nobody ever has a topic when we come
You
back.
can't talk
But
about
although
football and football. It's football. Alright. We're not going to have this argument where football is people holding the ball and running with the ball. It's football. Football.
I don't. He keeps on saying football.
I hear you.
Well,
I hear you, buddy.
Nana got to give a little bit more background on himself.
Why do you
he
call it
feels that
football?
way? First of all, Nana is from Africa.
It doesn't matter.
It's definitely relevant. That's definitely relevant.
As you can hear by his accent.
It's a beautiful accent.
And so he's just not ready to...
Can anybody explain to me why American football is called football?
There's lots of feet in football. Kicking.
I cannot
punting,
explain it to you why.
People are running around
Okay.
using
It doesn't
their
make
feet.
any
Yeah.
Can you
It doesn't
explain
make
to
any
me why it's
sense.
called football?
No, you got everybody stumped.
So why is
Maybe we need
Why
to
is
Google
Soccer
soccer.
with a ball, but kill
No,
with feet.
it's only called soccer here.
Well,
It's only called soccer here.
Oh, okay.
internationally,
The world calls it
it
football.
started as soccer, and it's like accepting the metric system versus.
No.
Yeah.
The world accepted it as football. That's why.
FUT,
there's
BOL.
One organization that handles everything in the world is called FIFA, Federation of Football, whatever.
Federation of International Football Associations. I got
I think
you.
it's Federation. It's French, so they say kind of backwards.
Yeah.
Federation
Well,
of-
so
Whatever.
they
I'm
didn't.
actually learning French.
They didn't want to. They didn't want to be called CIFA or FISA.
Oh.
So that's why they didn't want to go with
He's
the
coming
S.
at you,
And
bro.
why
with
is football
soccer.
only played in America though?
It's called American football.
American football.
Yes.
MLS,
Why
Major League
is
Soccer.
they call
It's Major League
baseball
Soccer.
World Series?
Because you still have countries from all over the world that are
Actually playing in-
actually producing players.
Wait, pause. You're telling me the World Series has people from other countries playing
Japan,
in the World
They have
Puerto-
people.
You
They
have
don't
a
have
team from
teams.
Japan.
No.
So why do you call it
There's
World
no
Series?
Japanese
Right.
team, but we
You
take
do
the best players from
Around
all
the
Why
over.
are you
world.
calling the World Series?
Because it's the best players from all over the world.
No.
It's
It's
the
like
highest skill
the
league.
FIFA World Cup,
there is
right?
no team that's
hold
going to
on,
beat.
hold on.
like-
Everyone gets called world champions when they win something. So
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a
When
point,
we
though.
play
World Series.
when they play a FIFA World Cup, do you see one country with different people from other countries in that country playing? No.
but World Cup is something
Why do you
totally
call it
different.
World
It's
Series?
like
It
Olympics.
doesn't make no sense.
It does. It's because it's the highest,
Because-
the highest level of baseball is what that is.
Listen,
Yeah.
if you
There's
wanna
no
play
baseball level
Yes.
higher than the MLB. That's the highest level of baseball.
How is it the highest? It's only
'Cause
played
it
in
No
is.
one is going to beat. There's no other better.
You have teams in
It's
Japan.
not-
Why
it's-
don't you play Japan and
The
play
Japanese
World
teams
Series?
aren't
Well,
as
they do
good.
have
The
their-
Japanese
their
teams will
World
go 0-100
Classic.
Yeah,
or
the
something.
World Classic.
Yeah,
World
it's
Classic
played
what?
every 4 years or something. Every 3 years or something like that.
Play Japan. Play something. Why do you
I
call it
just
World
said they
Series?
do.
Why
They
you call it
do.
World Series? Why you call it World Series?
It's called the World Classic. It's
I
something
understand
different.
Americans feel proud with their games, right? Nobody's gonna play our game, so we're gonna call it whatever the hell we want to call it.
That's America.
That's what it is.
Welcome to America.
Welcome to America.
They did the same thing in the NBA.
They
They
do the
called
same
the
thing.
world champions
They
in
do
the
the same
NBA.
thing.
But then they still have.
China League is in.
Then they still have.
like.
Do they? The NBA?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
the finals, the NBA finals?
Yes.
They don't call it
Dude,
China.
what-
When they went, the winner is called the world champion.
That is something.
No, well, explain to me. So
It's like WWE.
So
It's the world champion.
what is a world champion? Are you, like only the World Cup is a world champion?
It's world when everybody gets involved in it.
No, but
It's
Why it's
like
like a
Olympics.
national team though? Like you want
You have
national
international.
team
You have
competition.
You have national teams playing for a cup.
so
Yes.
essentially,
It's
essentially,
like the Olympic Games.
time
right?
out. Look,
Yeah.
essentially, you're talking about the best players in the world playing against each other. Just because, say, Germany's in the World Cup final, they have players that they poach from other countries that become citizens to be because they're the best of the
Man,
best.
You're going to conspiracy theories. Right?
There's not conspiracy
Well, I mean,
theories.
now-
It's
That's
100%
true.
true.
That's
The
true.
U.S.
They
Hold
don't
on a
poach.
second.
They
The U.S. team the last time they were in,
Filled with Mexicans?
oh, that they were filled with German. They were filled with a lot of guys
I mean,
who
look-
never stepped foot.
Look,
in the United States.
perfect example. Germany had stolen all of Poland's best players.
No.
Podolski, are you kidding me?
What
Yeah,
you-
he is so German. Podolski is super German. He is super
How
German.
did he poach? How did the Germans poach a Polish
You
player?
just gotta look
It-
at them and
it's
say I want to play
Germany.
for them.
It's
He was raised in Germany. He has a German.
it doesn't
citizenship.
look at Freddie Adu. Freddie Adu.
Freddie
He
Adu.
has Ghanaian parents. He grew up
Freddie
in America.
Adu. Freddie
He has
Adu could
nothing to do
be
with
in,
Ghana.
could have played for America or could have went and played for Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah, that was when
Freddie
he
Adu's
was.
parents are from Ghana.
It doesn't matter.
How does it play for
Brazil wanted him to become a citizen,
that's different.
so he could play for the international
You
team.
can't just become a citizen. You should have parents. You just don't become a citizen of a country, right?
I mean,
you
how
must
many
have
NBA
some
players
sort of.
get like the choice to play like, oh, should I play
Unless
for
you're
America
married.
or do I want to play for like France
That is-
or Greece
that
or
is-
wherever I'm
that
from?
is if
Like,
they have,
they have so many options.
If
I
they have
mean,
parents or whatnot, or their wives or something associated with another country, so they
Mhm.
have the eligibility to become a
I
citizen
mean, I'm
of that
pretty
country.
sure if
Right.
like if I was like the best NBA player and I was like, man, my great grandma was Italian and Italy's like, yo, Blake, like we can get you a citizenship in 2 days
But
if you want to play for
that
a
happens.
basketball team.
That-
And I want to represent Italy. I could easily do that.
But
Like,
if your parents are Italians and the Italian law allows you to become a citizen through the lineage of your parents,
I mean,
that
I have
is-
zero
that
connection to
happens.
Italy though. Like if my great grandparents are
so
Italian,
what about when?
because they are, but like
So
I
what
don't-
about when the basketball players like are playing in the Olympics and some of the USA players who play here, they play for their home team.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They
like
don't play
Giannis, what's
for
his
the,
name?
they
Giannis
don't play-
spends who
Giannis-
knows like
yeah, they play
64
for
days
their-
a year in America.
They play for their country.
Mhm.
They don't play with the team like the Indiana Pacers. Like say I'm on the Indiana Pacers, but during this time they represent their country.
Mhm.
They go back
Exactly.
and play
yeah,
for
they're
their country.
citizens of that country. They're just here with work permits that
Right.
allows them
Right.
to.
Exactly.
To work. It's
That's
to
what I'm saying.
work in
And-
But he's saying countries are poaching players.
But they
don't
do.
poach them. They're
That's
allowed to.
definitely true. There's definitely some
There's-
poaching.
they
There
definitely do.
is.
They don't poach.
It's-
They
That
poach
is
them.
undeniable
You wanna
that there
play
is
for
some
us?
poaching.
I mean,
so
parents-
it's not
your
it's
parents-
not poaching. It's just
poaching,
asking.
saying,
It's
hey,
just asking.
I mean, your parents
hey,
are.
Hey,
your
would you like
parents
to
are
play
from-
with us?
I give you
My
some
high school.
money.
I'd say it's fair to say.
That's a
players
lot
are-
of that. A lot of that is going on nowadays.
Yeah.
That can be a
College,
whole other
high
problem.
schools.
In high school.
High schools.
Yeah.
High
Yes,
schools
it
big
is
time.
getting to be a shit show.
College, high school.
We'll,
Wait,
we'll
talk
save
about
that for another podcast.
Yeah,
'cause
that's-
that is just
that's
nuts.
a big topic we can get
With
into.
your poaching
that.
players from other countries. Is that what you're
From,
saying?
from other
Other
states,
states,
other
oh,
districts,
everything.
all
Well,
over
high
the
schools
place.
are doing
High
it.
school.
But
That happened,
and
that happened in my high school.
Essentially, it's really big in states where it's big in baseball and big in football, like in Texas for football. What they do is in elementary school or middle school,
Yep.
they purposely foul kids and hold them back so that when they're a
Yeah.
senior in high school, they're the most
Like a
eligible
junior
age
age,
that they can
yeah.
still play.
And so
That
the
is
oldest, the biggest, they're like men amongst boys. And yeah, at my high school, we had like this really good wideout who he was on varsity as a freshman and like all that stuff. And come junior year, he's going to like this private school, an hour away
Uh-huh.
on a full ride.
Yep.
Like all because they wanted him.
Yep.
Just to,
A lot to that going on.
Yeah.
So how's he doing now? Is he
He plays for a Ivy League school on a full ride, so he did pretty well. So
Very good.
congrats
Very
to him.
So to bring it full circle,
sure?
Mhm.
The reason why you can have a sport that's only located really like heavily located in one country as world champions, if that sport is recognized that these teams are the top players in the world, the team that wins are the world champions.
If you say it that way, then every league in Europe is a world something. Because if you go to Spain, they have different people from different countries playing in that league.
Right.
England is the same thing. Are they going to call their leagues the World Championships?
I mean, I think it's a little different.
Well, here, I'll give you an example. So, say, what league is Man U in for their club?
It's English Premier League.
Okay.
EPL.
Well, okay, so what is DC United in?
MLS.
Okay,
Right.
so if DC United wins the entire thing and they win their cup, and Man U wins their cup, okay, that's equal. They're both the same potential of teams. Because they both won the championships of their independent league. I would say, and I think everyone in the entire world 100% would say, the English Premier League is way more renowned and recognized as the best league over an MLS league.
FIFA has something called the World Club Cup. So the best in every league, they come together and they play.
Yes.
So the best from MLS, the best from England, the best from Spain, they all come together and they play like a 1 week tournament or one.
So is like
And
so
then that determines the world champions.
Yes, for soccer, football, whatever you
want to call it. Okay. So
wait,
now I
understand.
So I understand your argument now.
Which
makes sense.
Would a great player from Spain? Okay, which league is like the biggest, like monetarily? Is it the English Premier League? I'd assume, right?
Right now, it's going to be the English Premier League because
so, like,
there's money in it.
Yeah. So let's say a great Spanish player wants to make tons of money, right? They'd go to England, right? Would they not? And
Not
then
really,
so
because they're not here with the taxes. Some people leave England to go to Spain because Spain you can avoid taxes.
Interesting. Okay, so like you would say that the best players would flock to Spain then?
The best players are in Spain right now. You have Messi, you have Ronaldo. Ronaldo's easy.
Perfect example. Best U.S. players play in the Premier League.
Who's the best U.S. player?
What's that one young
Pulisic? Yeah.
Because he plays.
He just scored his first goal the other day, by the way.
He scored listen.
Why you poo-pooing on his goal, bro?
It was an easy goal.
He's been scoring goals in Germany for a long time. It's just that in England they just make a big fuss about everything.
Right.
But what we're
because you just said it's the biggest.
It's a bigger league.
Money, it's because of money.
It's a bigger league though.
The person who even loses makes so much money in the league. Like if you're the last and get relegated, there's so much money you make.
It kind of makes sense because over the last 5 or 10 years, EPL Saturday and Sunday mornings is huge here. So you can get up and you can watch EPL in the morning on Sunday morning, leading up into NFL.
The problem with
and the MLS is pretty cool.
The MLS is set up like baseball and basketball. They do the playoffs. There's so many teams.
You don't hear the MLS calling them world champions though.
I don't know what they call. Yes,
they don't call them
MLS Cup.
They know they're
champions.
not MLS. They're not world champions.
But there's so many teams in MLS. They have to break them into separate leagues.
But you have to say that also soccer is a different animal here. Like every single nation plays soccer pretty much. I mean,
Look
you
how
can
the
say
women love soccer in this country.
Yeah, well, okay,
the best female soccer team in the world.
Yes,
for the females.
Yes.
Well,
when it comes to the males, it's like I don't know.
Hey, tell me one other like full blown out competitive baseball league other than Japan's league or
that's all I know. I only know the U.S.
I mean, there's none. There's
none.
no league like the MLB. Like the best players from Japan, MLB. Best players from like the Dominican Republic or MLB. All Latin America, MLB.
If you're born anywhere around the world, if you're born anywhere in the world and you go, I want to be a baseball player, you come and you play for the MLB.
Yeah, that's why they can say world champions. They have the best players. There's no, for soccer, right? The English Premier League, I guess, could be rivaled by the Spanish league, is what you're saying. There's nothing like that MLB. There's no other league is close.
There's no other rivals, right.
So they are the world
champions.
The
world champions.
No other team assembled is going to beat.
It's the world. It's just America.
Well, you have players from anywhere coming to play.
They do play games outside of America. And if you want to get technical, there is still teams in Canada. So if you want to get technical,
how many baseball teams in Canada?
Toronto. It's just one now, but I mean the Nationals came from.
They used to be Winnipeg.
No, Expos. They were Montreal.
Montreal. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. See, look at that. Mind blown.
Mind blown.
I kind of get what he's saying.
I think it
because
works.
again, like, how do you play for an American team and you win the championship or whatever, and you consider the world champion? You don't even speak English. You can't even. You don't even.
Well, that's why you're the world
That's why
champion.
you're world
You're not the
champion.
American champion.
You don't
Otherwise,
play-
anybody
I
who's
just
not an
don't
American
understand
citizen
why
then
they
When
call
I'm
it
thinking of
world.
world champion, again,
Because
like
you
you're
have
saying,
different
okay,
countries.
so United States or whatever, you play this country, not a mixed team. I'm talking about your origins is from the United States. Okay, you're representing the United States. That done got you because you're some great player I done found. Even say on a basketball team, like you go to Africa and find a 7'11" foot guy who don't know a thing about basketball, but I figure you can help my team. So again,
that goes back to what we said. That's the World Baseball Classic. That is something totally different.
But I mean, who says that world champ has to be associated with what country you're in? Like, that's
just
why.
But you
Like,
call
that's
it
just
world.
who cares?
Why
I
do you
mean,
call it
but
world?
like,
Because there is no equal.
There's players from all over the world.
There is no equal.
So
like Washington
when is it
Nationals.
American and when is it world?
So like the Nats,
What do you
the Nats
mean?
have
What is
players
it?
from all over, right? They're not claiming to be like, they're not representing
MLB
the
is
USA.
split into two, right?
Conferences.
Conferences.
Yes.
Right.
What are the names of the conference? So it's
What
Western
is
and
American and national.
So which one is American? Which one is national?
Which teams? Is that what
So
you're asking?
it's the
What's the difference
It's
between American and
just
national?
it's just the name. Well, the difference is
Just a
in one the
pitcher.
pitcher bats, and then the other one there's a designated hitter.
That's
Oh,
like
Nana is currently losing his shit.
You guys are crazy.
He does
Oh,
not
no, you're so
understand it
right.
at
You're
all.
so right. It's so obvious.
You have American
So
and you have
obvious.
national?
Yes, it's just a name. It's just a name.
Just the name. That's just the name.
It's just a name. Yeah.
I thought it was
So
like
you can
the
call
NBA
it
where you have the
It's like West and East.
because
That's what
further
baseball
broken
is.
down,
Baseball
further
is.
broken down, it's
like history.
East and West.
I thought that's what it
What's the
was.
other one?
South.
Central.
I thought that's what it was.
I mean,
East and West.
the only reason
That's
it could be a national or
within.
American League team
That's
is because of
divisions
history.
within the conference. So kind of like if we go to football, it's the same thing. It's
AFC.
the AFC and
American Football
NFC.
Conference, National Football Conference.
Yes,
Oh, so
and then
it's
in that is East,
confusing.
West, South, and North.
And it's all based on
So
like
wait,
when you joined,
so
like
the
where you were when you
Patriots
joined.
fall in
Our
what conference?
AFC East,
AFC.
American Football
There's
Conference.
East and there's West.
and the North and the
and
South.
North and South. He is losing it.
Hey, look, all I want to say is if this is confusing, I cannot believe English Premier League has groups and different like levels of competition within the Premier
Explain
League.
to us
Let me
relegation.
explain to you what relegation is.
Yes.
Every
What are we
league.
talking about? Okay, oh, God, no, I'm here.
Oh, Stream Bean is mayhem.
Losing its shit. Everything is going crazy. Mayday, mayday.
Oh my lord.
We're drowning.
That's a mess.
NFL has AFC, NFC, and there's
North, South, East,
Wait,
West.
hold on a second. Obviously, Nana hasn't been listening to the podcast because we went over this
Yeah, in our prediction
back in the
episode.
beginning of the season.
You had an in-depth.
So are
discussion
you
about
saying-
NFL
first
playoffs.
episode?
No, beginning of the NFL season. So like 4 episodes ago. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5.
But are you saying
Whoa,
that you
whoa,
didn't
whoa.
listen to it? You
didn't listen to that.
haven't heard who we've picked to go to the Super Bowl and become world champions?
Jesus.
I mean, are you serious right now?
How many?
32.
There's
This is the
32.
breakdown of 32 teams.
4 each one. Oh, look at that. That's a good
Yeah,
chart
that's a
right
little
there.
flow diagram for you.
So-
start with the NFL. You're broken into the AFC and NFC, and each conference is broken into 4 divisions.
Yeah.
And then the divisions are broken up by 4 teams in each division. 32
North,
teams.
South, East, West on one side, North, South, East, West on the other side, and then each one has 4 teams in it.
Same thing with baseball.
Yeah.
AFC,
I think the MLS works that way.
So,
I think so.
wait, what
I think
word
that
were we
was-
trying to describe? You said against the
In England,
Orange?
they have different leagues, right?
All right.
Everybody wants to be in the top league, which is the English Premier League.
That
Well,
means you
why-
have best
You have the
players.
first division, you have the second division. No, you have the English Premier League, you have the Championship, you have the first division and second division. Now the ultimate goal is if you want to make more money, you want to come into the Premiership.
Does the
Every end of
team change where it plays?
At the end of every
No.
season, the top 3 in the Championship, the first division and the second division get promoted to the next upper league.
Top 3
And then
gets
the bottom
promoted.
three?
Get
All of the
relegated
3
out.
get relegated. So you go down.
Oh, interesting.
So you see, so there's always competition.
So
to
we
be
send
at
the
the top.
Baltimore Orioles to the.
If this was the NFL, we'd be relegating the Redskins and the Jets
And the
and
Dolphins.
So you want to be on the top team
Cincinnati.
and make more money, you need to do whatever you have to do to get to the top.
So that's
league.
like the minor league.
Oh, I like that, 'cause then that
The
stops
minor
tanking.
leagues trying to get to the major leagues.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's why when you win the major leagues, you're the world champion.
And the good thing about Premiership is they give them like £1 billion. That's for like TV rights. So all the teams make so much money, even if you get relegated, the owners still make money.
It's
That's
same
the
as
goal.
NFL.
Yeah, that's the whole
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
To make money.
So everybody wants to be in the Premiership. So there's so much competition to stay in the Premiership. That's what makes it so intense and great about football. But with this, it's like, I don't care. At the end of the season, whether I lose or win, I'm still in the NFL or AFC or whatnot. You guys don't get moved to like minor leagues or whatnot.
Right.
You know.
Right. There's no.
So
there's
the
no such
owners,
thing.
some like Dolphins. I had the Dolphins are crap. Everybody said the Dolphins.
I mean, yeah,
So
but
the
then
owners
you lose,
sit
you
back
lose
and
money,
like,
though.
You lose money.
Because, like, yes,
How do
okay.
you lose money?
Example.
If you have supporters who
The
lose-
lowest cost ticket for the game on Monday or on Sunday night, Ravens versus Pats, was like $175 for the cheapest ticket. Cheapest ticket for the Miami Dolphins game,
$30.
less. It's probably 15.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably 15.
You're
Yeah.
a losing team.
Oh,
Nobody wants to see
no one wants to see you. Redskins, you can probably
you
get,
get
Redskins, you can get
airtime.
paid to watch the Redskins.
There is. I think there is
The
a.
owner makes so much money.
There is a
Oh, man,
difference.
Raiders owners going broke because their team's been
Hold
back
on
for
a
so
second.
long.
There's a difference between losing money and not making as much as you potentially can. So that would be a case where you're not making as much money as you potentially can. But as far as losing money, ain't
What?
too much of that
The
happening.
Raiders
with
owners
all
actually-
the-
In any
Dolphins
sport,
are
in
not
any
making
sport, no team's going to be losing money.
Right. Because the TV rights and TV deals are so huge and so big
They divided
that
somewhat equally, too, I think.
that is always there. Then and this
And
comes
the teams
into
get
why
paid first.
this comes into why Jerry Jones had his big issue when he was trying to get his own separate deals away from those other guys. So okay, we're all even with everything. We're all even. We got to split up with somebody's giving us this big pot. 50. Let's just call it $50 billion.
50 bill.
And we're splitting that up 6 ways. All right, so we all got that. But now I want to.
Doctor thinks he's pulling his weight.
Hey,
He's the
God-
leader of the podcast.
God damn it! I want more.
America's host.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my deal over here. And at one point they said, no, man, you can't do that. We got this other thing going on. It's like, no, God damn it, I want my own. You can have Coke. I want Pepsi over here. So while you guys are over there dealing with your Coke that you still got to split up, I got my thing over here with Pepsi. And that's how it all works.
Well, and I'm going to take a quick moment to thank the Nationals for basically supporting and subsidizing all the money, the income for the Baltimore Orioles with the Masson rights. So thank you guys for accepting that great deal.
Well, I don't know because I thought the Orioles now have to pay them or something. So that is all fucked up. But again, that's something for another day.
Okay, so wait.
So with the NFL, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to sponsorship,
Yeah.
does it go like straight to the NFL and they split it up amongst all the teams, or like every team can have its own sponsorship?
It's a mix of both.
Coke can
yeah.
deal with the Cowboys and.
It's definitely a mix of both
It's a mix of
because
both.
they have the league deals, and those are the ones that you see on the
Official
commercials
gear,
every week,
NFL,
and the
deals.
all the
Like
official stuff.
They don't put
Like
like
your
commercial
endorsements, like
labels on their jerseys.
sneaker deals, and your
They got Nike on their jersey.
Yeah.
So Nike bought the jersey rights.
But here's the deal: if you ever watch them in practice, each team has their own practice deals, and they'll have a big ass.
Under Armour.
I think Ford is the Ravens one, so they have a big ass Ford
So then
logo
that's
on the,
that's
and
what
that
the
is
Ravens did.
that's their thing. They also have sometimes if you see the post game press conference, that thing they standing behind, it's just a thing you can roll up and put anywhere, and it's always that's their.
Whatever brand they
Yeah.
get. Yeah.
So then Jerry Jones is right. You can still do your deal on the side.
Well, now yes, because he ended up suing, so it wasn't always like that.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't always like that. It was always, hey, this is
The shield, right?
Yeah, protect the shield.
Yeah, I gotta be one with the league.
Yeah,
The
so
whole
some
league
things a little
is
bit
one.
different now.
But
That's bad for business. I mean, I'm a businessman. I want to make my money on the side. I don't want to share the same power like the Dolphins or something. I still want to make my own money.
Jay was saying,
yeah, and that's
I
why.
think it's probably better.
You know?
Probably
And
better.
it's all. I believe, two of the owners own EPL teams. The Buccaneers owner owns something.
Buccaneers
and
the
Jags
Jacksonville
guys. Yeah.
Jaguars owner owns.
Shaq.
One of them owns
Shaq
Manchester
Hunt.
United,
Shaq Hunt.
and we want him to fuck out.
Which one?
The Glazers. I don't know what team.
Yes,
he owns.
that's Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. We
Yeah.
want him to fuck out.
Why that?
The whole of Manchester they hate the guy. Like they hate him.
Really?
Listen, he's making so much money and the team is shit.
Is that Manchester City?
No, Manchester United. City got bought by.
I thought United was supposed to be good. Am I out of the loop?
No,
That was a while ago.
When the Qataris came in,
Well,
they brought in money and like.
When
they
did you
bought-
start watching football?
I was like 5.
So that's when Man U was good, because you bandwagoned on him.
No.
Oh
That's
man!
fine.
No, why is he always coming at you?
Exactly. He doesn't
I
know
don't even
shit.
know what's
I
happening.
know what's problem is.
Wait,
But the thing is,
what'd you call an NFL, the Super Bowl? Would you call that the world champs? No one else plays football. And no one else plays American football. So you call them world champs, right?
I mean, nobody plays.
I mean, the Canadian football team is not. They play a different sport even, so that's.
I didn't know Canada had like a football team.
It's Canadian
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
So it's
Used to have
different.
a team here in Baltimore.
And
Canada used to have a team
those were
in Baltimore.
my dad's.
Yeah,
And-
like he's so confused now.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
Well, the team moved. As in, they moved their headquarters.
It was an expansion. It was
Yeah,
an
That's
expansion.
what, that's what happened with the Ravens.
just like that, you would.
Yes.
I feel like many people feel like whoever wins the Premier League is the best club in the world.
No, in England. No. Don't get
Oh,
it twisted.
oh.
Well, you don't think
No.
so? Oh, you think like
This is how it works. If you win Premiership, you're the best team in England.
Okay,
If you win the UEFA Championship, you're the best team in Europe. Now you have to go to Brazil, and the South America has its own thing going on. Asia has its own thing going on. Then
So
they
it's-
all come together to play the World Cup.
But that's-
World Cup.
the World Cup's different
that's
than your
different
club.
than the World Cup.
World Club World Cup. So the best from every
World
division.
Club World Cup.
Ah.
Right. So the best in England. the
Well,
best
see, I
in-
never even seen that.
Yeah, see, this is interesting. Shit, keep at it. Now,
Yeah. So wait.
He got us all
So then,
interested.
would
Now,
the
what
best,
the hell?
but like, wouldn't there be an incentive for like a great player from Brazil or like one of the lesser, like Asia, play in English Premier League?
Right now, when you say great is relative because
A world class player. Wouldn't there be incentive for them to play in a bigger
Because-
market like
because-
the English Premier League? Like, so then it's kind of
Europe is going to say, oh, we have the best player, blah blah blah. The Americans is going to say we have the best player, blah blah blah. But it comes down to who's watching which league.
well, here's the deal, right? There's that American kid that's playing
Yeah,
in
in
Europe,
Europe.
right?
He's
and it's
playing
because
in
there's no
English.
money in the
He's been
in
playing in
MLS.
Europe since God knows how
but
long.
Because
been-
he's smart. Because he's
Look,
smart.
he's
It'd be
been
dumb of
playing-
him to waste
but
his
He's
career
been playing so
in
long
America.
in Dortmund. He was so good.
Look.
He moved to England.
But this
Nothing has changed. He's still a great player.
from this perspective though, he plays for that club, right?
And there's been Americans playing in Europe
It-
for a long time.
Right.
But listen,
I don't know why they're making so much fuss about this guy. Come on, man.
Because he's the
Listen,
future.
Just an example.
Just listen. If he's playing those clubs right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying the World Club Cup or whatever it's called.
Oh, he's trying to poo-poo on your club.
He can't poo-poo.
No, so you're saying
He's trying.
look, just listen. The World Club Cup winner is the world champion, right?
There's a world. We don't call him the world champion. We just call him. You have the cup of the World Club Cup.
So
We don't
wait,
call him
so
world
wait.
champion. We don't call him a world champion.
Gotcha.
We just call it.
So
I
It's
understand what- I understand
all
what you're saying.
organizations, right?
So
They try to
I
make
guess
more
your
money.
your argument then in total, in summation, is doesn't matter what it is, World Cup, World Club Cup, World Series, all that. There's no such thing as any sporting event that you are a world champion.
If you're a world champion,
There's no world champion.
If you're going to be a world champion, the whole world has to be involved. It can't be one country qualified as a world.
So
Come
like,
on,
so
man.
like boxing.
I mean, boxing country. Unless you go to Olympics.
You're an individual
Boxing is
person.
different because
No, 'cause-
boxing you don't fight for your country, you fight for yourself. But they just attach a country to it. Come on,
Okay.
man. If you find
Okay, I
a
like
But
that.
so
heavyweight, they don't say Russia's fighting the U.S. Just say blah blah blah.
Right.
Who's
But-
American? is fighting
Yeah,
blah, blah,
Boxing's a
blah.
good point. You don't fight they don't involve like
That's-
all the bad boxers in
Right.
boxing, right? You fight the best
Right.
boxers if
See,
you want to be world
boxers-
champ.
Boxers fight with associations.
So they
There's
say
the
the world
WBC.
champion.
There's the WBC. No,
There's
Meaning
way too many
anybody-
federations.
Anybody
There's- no,
in the
in
world,
boxing-
I can beat you.
in the boxing, there's too many federations and they pick their names. So they have the WBC. They have.
WBC.
I think there's even
Yeah.
parallel in solo sports
They have
though,
so many
because
of
like
them.
in
So
solo sports,
sometimes sometimes even the top dogs can fight each other because those federations don't want to work with each other. They're like, no, you can't fight my guy. I want this guy to fight this guy.
So again, we're coming back to the same point.
saying,
There's no
it's
such
world,
thing as a world champion.
No, if you want to call world, right?
Include
the
world.
whole world has to be involved in it.
I understand what you're saying.
And even if it's soccer, right? U.S. soccer wants to play other soccer teams and whatnot. That's why we have FIFA World Cup. Everybody's involved. But if it's only America and you're going to say based on we have different citizens in that competition, so we're going to call it world.
It's not based on the different citizens. It's based on the
I understand
high
now.
competition.
I think you're caught up.
You're caught up in countries.
You're caught up
Yeah.
because the entirety of the NFL is located in the United States of America.
NFL's only in America.
Hold on a second.
Let that take go. It's gonna be
They
good. It's gonna be
are
good.
looking at expansion to Canada, to Mexico, and definitely to Europe, which is why they fucking play 5 games a year.
Rumor
there.
has it, Chargers
year.
to London. Here it is.
Now, hold on a second.
They're only playing on because they make so much money from that.
Hold on a
Hold on,
second.
hold on, hold on.
I
Let Dante
I
go.
understand what
Let
you're
Dante
saying.
go. Dante's gonna do it.
But here's the point. If those teams end up going to those other countries,
Dante,
then would it be different for you?
How long have they been pitching this?
Well, there used to be a league in Europe.
What league was that?
It was the World League of American Football.
In Europe?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you confused?
How long ago was this? What team?
15
What
years
European
ago.
country were they playing in?
It was the Monarchs. London Monarchs was one. They had a team in Germany. They had a team in Spain. A team in France.
There was one team in each country, and they were playing their own league.
I think it was 2
Europe.
teams in Europe.
And they were playing in Europe.
Yeah.
And the winners there were gonna come play in the NFL. So it was like intercontinental.
No, it was its own separate. It was kind of sort of the minor leagues of
So they tried to start
the
a league
NFL
in the Europe.
because they would have players.
Basically getting
They would
trained up in there.
yeah,
So it was
not
like a farm
relegated,
league.
but they were assigned to whatever team.
Do you watch rugby?
A little bit, I
All
do.
right.
Yes.
So they just played the Rugby World Cup, right?
Yes.
America was involved in the Rugby World Cup.
Yes.
So again, you're coming down to world champion being country based.
Yes.
That's not
That's not
how it's done.
It's
Why-
just
look, time out.
for
We're
the
saying
league
best talents.
itself.
Look, because
Best
otherwise,
talent.
But it's only in
wait,
America.
time out.
There
No, it isn't.
There are
No.
plenty of non-American talents in
look.
baseball.
In,
That's the thing.
in order for your theory to hold true, say baseball, the Baltimore Orioles should only be allowed to have Baltimore people.
No,
True.
That's
Yeah,
not
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying.
New
That's
York
what I'm saying.
Yankees should only be allowed to have New York
No.
people.
That's
You
not what
said
I'm
city
saying.
based now. Now
Well,
you
no,
No, that's
it's-
what I'm saying. Nobody's saying that. I'm saying.
Okay,
if you're
fine.
gonna call
But the
something-
Washington
everybody give
Nationals
you
are in a
this
team
phone
of
as a cup.
international
You wanna call
players.
it World Cup something, right? Everybody in the world must have some sort of representation to be able to compete for this throne. That's what I'm saying.
There is
There is.
representation
So-
from everyone in the world. Everyone in the world is sending their best baseball players to the MLB. All right.
The whole
There's no
world.
other. They're not going anywhere.
The
else.
whole
They're
world.
They're sending. They got good baseball players.
Just
They're in
got
the
real,
MLB.
folks.
What? Okay.
If they got good baseball players in the MLB. That's why they're the national. That's why they're the world champions.
Tell me how many MLB teams are going outside of
Every single one.
pause are going besides Cuba and Japan? What other countries are they going in to poach for players?
All of Latin America. Literally all of Latin America.
Dominican Republic,
Yeah.
Japan,
Oh, sorry, I
all
forgot.
that.
South America, all of South America, it's everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
The best
I think
best
that's Europe.
baseball players.
Yeah,
Europe doesn't even
Really?
play baseball, so it doesn't even matter.
they're going. They're
So assemble the European team. Let's see what they got. They would suck.
World.
Bro, they are the best players in the
I think-
world.
I think
There
we
are no
should just
great
caught up in
European
semantics.
baseball players.
Listen,
It's semantics
let's be
that
honest.
you're-
Let's be honest.
Sure.
It's Cuba, Japan, Dominican Republic. and
So
the
what? You're
US.
saying that just because Europe would have a horrible team, they don't?
I'm not saying Europe is going to have a horrible team.
They are.
If
They would. They would. So just because Europe
Because they have
exists
a-
means they
US
have to have a
played rugby
baseball
this
team to
first time.
play.
Nobody ever thought US are going to play rugby in the first
Dude.
place, but they did good
They-
in the
they-
Rugby World Cup.
They've had people. You can look it up. I don't know exactly where they're
They
from.
try to
They
move
had
rugby to
like
football and it kind of
teams.
worked.
Teams.
And
MLB
Yeah,
teams
they've had a couple of
have
them, yeah.
tried to, I guess, recruit like Olympic talent sprinters to have as base runners.
I mean, that's different.
No, it's not. That's internationally.
That's you looking at some guys like, man, you can run. Do you want to?
Usain Bolt said he played for the Pats.
Didn't you say?
Didn't
You say like a soccer player went to kick the ball in your football team.
Yeah,
Exactly, because he can kick. They don't need him. You can kick. That's why they chose you. They don't push other. Listen, you can kick.
What are you talking about right now? It's like, you can catch a ball. They only want him because he can catch a ball.
Listen, if you're
that guy can only hit home runs.
If you're a soccer player, if you play soccer and they put you on a football team, and the only time they need you is to kick the ball, once you kick the ball, you're out.
What is
So
this
what
point?
you gonna
What
do?
is the point?
That is
That's
actually
the
what a
point.
kicker does.
Yeah, that is the
That's
point.
the only job for one player. Your
Yeah.
job is just to kick the ball.
Yeah.
It's a pretty important job. If you watched any games last week, it's
Colts
pretty
lost,
important.
Colts lost last week because of that.
I'll take that job. Just kick the ball and get paid for it. That's
Yeah,
all you
try
do.
it.
You
Try
don't
it.
go to training, no workout, nothing.
Dude.
it's like being a goalie. You just gotta block the ball.
Yeah, so easy.
job.
So easy.
Uh-oh.
So easy.
Look at his face. You see his face light
You don't
up?
ever say that to a goalie in soccer.
Well, don't ever say that.
Never.
Don't ever say that to a
Because,
kicker
trust
in
me.
football.
Okay, there are 32 kicking jobs in the NFL,
32.
and there's not
32
even enough,
teams.
There's not even enough good kickers to fill them because there are like at least half the NFL is looking for a kicker right now.
Wait,
There's
tell
only
me the kickers are
16
shit.
great kickers.
Huh?
You
Less.
think all the kickers are shit?
Yeah,
It's
a hard job.
it's a impossible job. It's consistency,
Yeah.
dude. It's
it's
all about
lucrative too, so it's
consistency.
not-
When you find a good one like the Ravens have in
Mhm.
Justin Tucker, then
You pay them.
yeah.
So it's
Come on, you're
lucrative.
telling me out of
So-
all the 32 teams.
So there's some sorry ass
good
soccer
kickers?
players that
It's
think
fine.
that's so
Out of-
easy.
out
they
of
should try.
32.
Come on, man.
Legit, out of 32, it's probably 10 good ones that you can count on.
Come on, that's
Dude,
No bullshit.
No, I'll put it.
Come on, man.
I'll give you a perfect example.
Figure
Robbie
it out
Gold.
every week.
Robbie Gold used to be as good as gold, is what they would say. He was one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, and all it took was a couple of nagging little injuries here and there, and now he's like a 40% kicker.
A little bit of
How do you get
confidence,
injured?
he's gone.
Yeah.
Gone,
How
done.
do you get injured?
Just tweaking stuff, like
Pulled
tweak
his
your quad.
hamstring, broke-
Yeah.
sprained his ankle.
And his job is only to just kick the ball.
Yep.
Dude,
He
you
got
have
injured
you
during practice.
put
but-
no, dude.
Yo, dumb.
Yeah, not ignorant.
We need an episode of Nana on the football field kicking 35 yarders. Let's see what you can do.
I'll
Let's
give
do
you-
that,
I'll
dude.
give you-
There's
I'll-
got to be a field
Look,
nearby.
I'll just give you a little insight.
Bro, will you kick?
Dude,
Will you kick?
Dude,
Let's take it to the field. Come on, there's got to be one nearby.
Time out. Here's a
I
little
see.
insight. Here's a little insight. So just looking at an onside kick. You know what an onside kick
Reminds me
is?
of that movie. With
Do you know what an
Adam Sandler.
onside kick is?
What's an onside kick?
Where the guy, the kicker runs up on a kickoff and kicks the ball and usually hits it right down on top and it bounces the ball straight up in the air.
It's a way to recover the
trying-
ball.
right, he's
for
trying
your
to get
own
the ball
team.
back.
Get the ball.
So
It's a high
so
skill game.
from a practice standpoint,
Mhm.
kickers are not allowed to practice that. From their trainers and coaches do not want them to practice that more than maybe once throughout the season, because you're coming down with so much force, coming straight down in such a weird angle, you can easily hurt yourself with one kick.
So why would you do that if you didn't know you're going to injure
That's how you gotta win the game.
That's
Catonsville High
how you
School
win the
is
game.
a mile away.
Say that again, I'm sorry?
Catonsville High School is a mile away.
And it's open field.
I'm sure they
Want me
have
to go kick
upgrades.
the ball? Listen,
Uh-oh.
I wish there was somebody in soccer.
should do this,
guys, it sounds like it's gonna be a
Whose
podcast with a live video.
We should do this.
Whose job
Next
was
week or
to
something.
just-
Let's do it.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out. Just kick the ball and just come out. Like, just kick the ball and just.
Bro, we're
Alright.
gonna do this.
Alright.
I just
We're
look
gonna
at-
do this.
I'm looking at football players get hit. Like,
How
30
about-
miles and they get hit.
Now,
Like, your job,
one
Are you
thing.
telling me his job is just to kick the ball?
One thing-
Nothing else. Come
Well,
on,
he
man,
may
there
have
has
to make a
be
tackle if he
something.
doesn't
Yeah,
kick
that's
it
what I'm
right.
saying. You can't just be kicking the
There's
ball.
But hold on a
different kinds
second.
of kicks you gotta do.
Yeah,
It's not just-
that's the other thing I was
it's
about to
just
say,
one kick.
because
You can do-
normally in soccer you don't just get the two-step kick. You can run up to it and kick.
And you're
and so
tapping
forth.
it off and doing this and doing that. This is
What do you-
every
There's a snap.
fiber.
There's a snap. Someone has to catch the ball, put it down,
And
hold
this is
it.
every
Right,
fiber
somebody
in
catches
your
the ball,
leg
Somebody
for
catches
one
the ball,
kick.
puts it down, somebody kicks it back, right?
And,
But I'm saying the
and there's
person.
11 dudes trying to stop that from happening.
11 dudes trying to stop that from that, but your job is to kick the ball. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, your job in the team
Just to kick the ball.
is just to kick the ball. Nothing else.
Well, now at this point, I think Nana is coming at kickers.
And,
Kickers are people too.
and I will say this:
I
it's
think that's what's.
what he's saying. Look, and ladies and gentlemen, he's
Hard on
not
it,
only
bro.
is he coming
I'm
at
not saying-
NFL place kickers. Any football player who's ever been kept on a team because they're great at set pieces, and that's the only reason they're slow and they're sluggish, but they're great at
I'll
set
tell you
pieces.
this.
They're only good
I'll
for
tell
those
you
couple
this.
of set
I'll tell you
pieces.
this. If you have a set piece in a game, right, and they bring you on, you still have a couple of minutes to play. You have to run, tackle, get the ball.
And what do you
pass.
think kickers do? They kick the ball off. They have to run,
He just said
tackle.
his job is just to kick the ball. You kick the ball. The NFL is every 5 minutes they stop the game or something. Every 2-3 minutes they stop the game and something happens, and that's what happens.
So now
I'm not trying to disrespect you.
But that's just like they got in basketball. They got guys who strictly just to block the ball.
Defense.
You got guys who strictly I just want you to dribble the ball.
Defense.
So
I understand that, but in soccer you can't. You have it's 90 minutes, 45 minutes every half.
right.
When they bring you in, right, at any point you still have to finish the game. You don't get off until like after 45 minutes in each half.
Or if you
Right.
fall down and grab your leg like you
Right.
died.
I'm hurt.
wasn't
I
gonna
need a
say-
break.
wasn't
I need
gonna
a
say, but I
break.
had to.
But then you have only 3 subs.
I'm back, everybody. I made
Right?
it.
Are you gonna risk bringing on a sub who's just gonna come kick the ball and just say, "Oh, I broke my feet, so I'm just gonna come out"? Then you have only 10 players left on the team.
And you know what soccer players do?
What do they do? Tell me.
I will tell you what they do.
Tell me what it is.
I will tell you
me,
what
bitch.
they do. I will tell you what they do. The soccer players that they go and throw out there and they go, "You're great at set pieces," but quite honestly,
Ooh, it doesn't MLS. Nobody does that.
Ooh,
Nobody does that.
now
You talking
you
about
come to
MLS?
MLS.
Yeah, right.
How you gonna tell me
Yeah,
that?
nah.
right.
Listen,
dude, no, hold
Nah,
on.
nah, he's shitting on the whole country. He
you're
doesn't
gonna
like
get my ass
America.
deported.
Dude,
No.
dude,
They
dude.
can't- you can't come
You
in-
hide strikers up there in the front and they walk around for 90% of their match.
Because their job is to poach into the 18-yard box. That's their
So,
job.
what you're
Their
saying is
job-
their job is to do nothing.
Their job is to poach into an 18-yard box, going back and forth.
For the chance that they might have one chance at a kick that they go, yo,
Are you
good
gonna
job,
tell
that was
me
a good
what, you
good
want somebody
opportunity.
to dribble from one goalie to the other between 22 players? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That's not gonna work. You have 22 players
So
on
what-
the
so
pitch
what-
with one ball,
So-
and their job is to put it in that big ass goalie.
Okay,
Two
exactly.
players on
Okay.
the NFL field, one ball. Their job is to put it through the goalpost.
Yes.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is
What are you saying?
people have specific jobs in football, in any sport.
No, but you're saying Russ's job is just to kick the ball. You can kick the ball and come out and go rest, right?
When the play is over.
Yes.
Right. So you can have like you
You
the
can't
ball,
get subbed in the middle of your
I
kick.
kick the ball and let's move to the side. I'm like, hey, don't touch me. Just move to the side. My job, I just kick the ball.
The great
I don't
That's
want
it, I'm
nothing.
good. I
I'm
kicked it, I'm good. Listen, I'm
I'm
gonna
not
go over
holding the ball. I'm
here.
not chasing out the ball. I just kick the ball and I just mind my own business. Is that true or not?
If you're
I'm
going to be in
not
an NFL team, you're not going to be doing that.
But
You may have to make a tackle. You may have to make a tackle.
Yeah, they play.
You
They play
may
like
have to
60.
make a tackle.
Yeah.
But it's not on you to make
You
a
may
tackle.
have to make a 60-yard.
You
I
may
mean, I
have
kick
to,
the ball.
you may have
I
to
should
recover
make-
a fumble. You may have to do
And they do it too. They try and chase down
a
guys.
fake kick,
stuff like that.
pass.
I
You might have to
trying get a
throw
fake
it.
kick, trying to
That
come
dude
and
got
grab
kicked in the
ball, right?
face. Took a foot from
Okay,
Antonio
so
Brown.
I kick-
He
so
did
I
it for the
kick- I kick
team.
the ball. Why you coming to tackle me? If I just kick the ball, go chase the
But
ball.
again,
You're a
sometimes
player
he
in
might-
the field.
Sometimes he might
Why you
not.
coming out for me?
Sometimes he might not kick the ball. Though. His job can be like, okay, this is gonna be a fake kick, and I want you to pass it to the guy.
Okay, so you go fake kick and then they come on you.
And they do come at you.
They
You
come
get
at
hit.
you. They come at you. Whoever got the ball.
No, like, hold on, wait a second.
Wait, you guys just blew my mind. Now kickers aren't kickers anymore. They don't just kick.
So they have helmet and pads for a reason? What?
Look, the good thing about NFL is
Oh,
it's very
that's something
physical.
good? Okay.
The reason why I like the NFL is very physical. I've seen people get knocked the
It's
fuck
still
out.
not like rugby. Rugby is a physical game. I think
Rugby is physical, but they
I
have
don't
their
know.
limitations.
Yeah, it's
The-
Like
weird.
you can't do certain things they do in NFL.
The most physical game I've ever seen played is soccer. I mean, there's so many injuries left and right. I mean, oh man, and you
Oh,
tell
he's
what,
coming at you.
they are super tough because sometimes it really. I mean, they're crying
It
on the
really hurts for
field.
5 minutes.
They're
Or
crying
not
on the
even
field.
5,
They,
but
and,
really
but
seen
they,
people's
they
legs.
get up.
58
You've seen
seconds.
people's leg go this way, like your leg is literally just hanging out. He's just there looking at his leg just hanging out because somebody.
Okay,
came
well
and
that's
tackled.
any
It
sport.
happens.
That's any
No,
sport.
but you have no protection on your leg like the NFL.
You
We
do.
don't have
If
any
you
like
want.
legs.
Wait. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Which part of the leg you talking about? Because there is nothing below the knee for NFL players, whereas
But the
football players
Quality
do
is-
have those
so
shin guards.
But
It's a
football
bad-
players, when you tackle,
nothing.
isn't there like a foul going for like just grabbing the person's leg in a certain way?
Oh no.
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 So you telling
No,
me
you're
from
actually supposed to go to the legs.
Yeah,
Like,
you probably should.
Twist around.
I can twist them, bring them.
Oh, yeah.
They could, come on.
NFL players back in the day would try to hurt people.
Oh yeah, they do the
You
crocodile.
can't grab the
I
back.
know you can't
Horse
grab the
collar.
helmet.
Right.
There's certain things you can do. Same thing in
Right.
soccer. You're supposed to go for the ball and don't go for the leg.
Right.
Because if you miss the ball and you go for the leg, you could injure somebody.
Okay, so we understand all that, but then there's the time when dudes just fall down and flop.
Which is most of the time.
Most of the time. Because they want to get a foul.
Right.
They want to get a foul
Right.
to put them in an advantage.
And I'm going to be honest with you, that is the thing that people most dislike about football. Is because that shit just looks
Wait, pause. Who dislikes
cheesy.
If my team is in an 18-yard box, right?
So
and
you're trying to help your team out.
And somebody goes to dive and I get a penalty, you think the other I'm going to be angry? I'm happy as fuck because we got a penalty.
No. I think you misunderstood what I was saying.
We're
I'm
talking
not talking about the
We're
people
talking
who
about
are
the integrity
actually
of the
on
There you
the
go.
field.
I'm talking
We're
about
talking about the people who
fans.
are
They want to
watching.
win.
Talk about new fans. New
Listen,
fans who are like,
you only get
what's
3
this soccer
points
all
after
about?
playing
I
90
don't.
minutes.
You're talking about people who like the game.
Integrity.
I'm talking about the average person.
Nobody should talk about integrity
I'm talking about
when it's
this
about
guy.
sports.
I'm talking about
Any
this guy right
sports,
here
any
who wakes
sports.
up on Sunday to make his family a nice breakfast, and I flip on soccer, football, what have you, and just randomly dudes are falling down and grabbing their knee, grab it.
They're so injured, and then they run.
80 minutes. You just said it's 90-minute game. They
Because
never
you don't have a
stop running.
choice. You probably have all your subs out. You better run on that injured knee because nobody's going to change you. You get paid for that. People are getting paid $100,000.
So you saying those injuries aren't fake? And on that note, boys and girls, we're
Oh,
going
come
to
on.
say
She tried to cut
goodnight.
me off for that.
Yeah,
On
they're-
that note, boys and girls,
There.
say goodnight, Handsome Shrek.
Good night, Handsome Shrek.
Say goodnight, Blockhead.
Good night.
Say goodnight, Nana, if you're still talking to
Yo,
us.
they're trying to cut me off.
Say goodnight, Nate, boy. Say goodnight, String Bean. Good night, everyone.